I was not in a dorm. Thank you.
The composure on display of Jalen Green is simply amazing as he retreats out when the defense cuts him off, utilizes the spin move to scurry away from Johnson, and then resets for a split second before immediately attacking again to nail this tough midi float. Then there's other times where he can just make it seem like it's just magic with these ridiculous finishes at the rim, and if he doesn't want to leave it up to chance, then Jalen can use that quick attacking speed and set up Ivy to go off the screen and then blow past with his swiftness, and well, the rest is history. Now, despite all the talks of shopping Jalen Green and the negative statements regarding his play this year, Jalen Green has a unique skill set that makes him one of the better young shot creators in the league. When you see the versatility and fluidity within the shots he takes around the floor, it shows how well of a feel he has for the game, and a trait that lies just beneath all of that is the fearlessness. It not only takes an extreme level of confidence to pull off some of these high difficulty shots from either the mid-range or if it extends out beyond the arc, but when you see him carve out a lane for himself to then go finish at the rim, you really get to see how Jalen shows no fear when he's on the floor. Now, a lot of people will probably harp on his efficiency and bad shot selection and all of that good stuff, but honestly to me, just seeing him improve with his offensive scoring abilities was huge, and I'm sure next season we will see an uptick in the efficiency department. Now, when you start to really dive into Green's game, there's some key things that make him a tough cover, and out of these, I want you to tell me which one is your favorite. First, we have his handle with the ball, which allows him to create space from the defender. Second is his relentless attacking nature. And third is his confidence to let shots fly from anywhere on the floor without being discouraged even if he might be struggling. Of course, there's other skill sets that help Green succeed, and we will definitely touch on those as we look closer at the details into his game. But the first thing that catches my eye and immediately makes me high on Jalen is his ability to operate effectively in that mid-range area. Now, it's not just as simple as him knocking down shots, it's the degree of difficulty on these pull-ups that makes Green so special, and if you've been over here in the Two Shorty community, you know that I am big on the mid-range as it opens up so many aspects to your game. It allows you to either attack to close out aggressively or just take the defender off the dribble to stop and pop, or if you're to blow past the defender and the defense decides to step up because of the mid-range threat, well now there presents an opportunity to take it right to the basket. Honestly, you don't often see a player in their second year navigate the way Jalen does, but it's because he possesses this high level of footwork. Green's able to create space for himself by pulling out a variety of moves out of his bag, such as step backs, hezzies, and those social distancing side steps, which can totally put his defender in the blender, granting him clean looks. As he pushes up the floor at Austin Reeves here, after coming off the screen, Green gets into Reeves' body and launches off of him to create like 5 feet of space? Regardless of the measurements, it's an open look and Jalen cashes in. Trust me, you'll quickly start to notice that Jalen is a huge run him off the screen type of pull-up guy, and since this already can give you an edge over the defense, when Green uses this bunny hop like motion on the sidestep, if the defense is not locked in, then it's going to be just too late to even contest by the time they realize. Now, as the season has closed out, Green knocked down just 40% of his mid-range attempts, and I definitely see this improving as his career progresses, but another key factor to Green's mid-range shooting is his ability to drop it in from a variety of angles. He's equally comfortable shooting off the dribble going right or left and can do so from either side of the court. This makes it very difficult for defenders to anticipate his next move, and effectively contesting his shot becomes that much harder. You can see here as he comes off the screen on the sideline, Green changes directions going left, which makes Sabonis open up, and since he's wary of the drive, Sabonis isn't very attached, and this allows Green to pull up with ease from 16 feet. This time as Morant chases around the screen, Green curls around going back right, and since Tillman is up high, Jalen knows he can use the speed to attack him, and although it ended up being pretty decent coverage, it allowed for Green to get the momentum into this step back to put 2 on the board. So really, if you try to force him either direction, it won't really hinder his success in finding his shot. Some players can only shoot good with the dribble coming off a certain hand, but with Green, whether it's the right or the left, he can rise up comfortably and put it in the back of the rim. As I stated at the beginning of this video, Green is one of the better young shot creators, and that's what separates him apart from many young guards. He's very adept at using his dribble to create space and get himself into positions for a shot, and with his good feel for the game, Jalen is able to read his defender's movements and make the best moves in the given situation to get an open look. Key example here, Green takes Garland off the dribble, but quickly notices Okoro is right there for the cutoff, so he opts into this spin-off, and since he has a great lift on his jumper, this Garland contest was just non-existent. Other times, it might just be a size-up package where Green is just shifting the defender with a couple cross-through-the-leg combos, but with the ability to stop on a dime, the defense can get caught still on the ground while Jalen is already gathering into his jumper. This type of creation Green has when freeing himself up for a bucket is honestly ridiculous for a second-year player. Sure, they might not be falling at the rate we all wish they were, but instead of focusing on the negative, look at how great his craftiness is when he's on the floor at such a young age. Not only is Jalen Green very comfortable and a skilled creator in the mid-range, but the other key aspect to his scoring is his explosive driving to the basket. With his quick first step and exceptional athleticism, Green can attack the rim with authority and finish with a variety of acrobatic moves. When he just explodes out that triple threat and uses that impressive leaping ability, it can make him a nightmare for defenders to contain, and I mean, you tell me, would you want to step in front of Jalen when he has his sights set and is coming right at you head on? Because Claxton had it in mind to go contest, and to be honest, it wasn't really the best business decision. So as we shift our focus over to Green's fierce slashing abilities, we can see that Jalen converted 48% of his driving layups and dunks, and I can already hear people now. That's such a low percentage. Dumb attacks to the basket, no touch around the rim, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. I understand that, yeah, just like shooting, Jalen can take some bad shots and get out of rhythm and all that, but when you know basketball and you sit down and study his game, you can see he is a diamond in the rough, and with some polishing, we're gonna see these percentages increase greatly. It's hard not to see the upside when you analyze Green's attacking, as he has the ability to get to the rim with ease, and with him being able to finish through contact as well, this is just a testament to his impressive slashing ability. Standing at 6'4", Green plays a lot longer than his height suggests and utilizes long strides to get the step on defenders, but wait, don't get it confused, as Jalen can use the quickness as well to just burst past the defense and finish above the rim. Coming off the Smith handoff screen, Green uses the retreat dribble into a hezzy, and this gets Lamb to lunge out just enough, and Jalen gets right past him and finishes with ease, gliding over the defense. Now that bucket was pretty simple, and it didn't have much difficulty in terms of finishing, but trust and believe, there's plays like this where Green gets absolutely smothered and can stay composed to finish the bucket. And then against a premier defender in Draymond Green, Jalen says the weight room is my best friend, and with Green being in his path, Jalen just muscles him out the way and finishes strong at the basket, totally unbothered by the physicality. Now you can lie to me, you can lie to them, but you can't lie to yourself, as you know you love to see this from your young guard, as it just shows they can deliver the contact just as well as they can take it, and not only that, but they can also finish the bucket as well to get to the line for the and one. That's just the base of Green's game, and that's just when he decides to finish going straight at you. But with his explosive speed and vertical leap, Green can also finish with some very acrobatic plays. Sometimes the bigs will just be resting in the paint, so you as the offensive player have to make on-the-fly adjustments, and as a slasher, this is pivotal to your success. Like out on the wing on this play, Jalen is successful with the size up blow by on Herb Jones, but as he arrives at the rim, Ingram is contesting as well, so Green uses the rim for protection and lays it home with the up and under reverse with some English. It's something about his quirkiness in the air that makes these finishes eye-catching, and when taking it at OKC's defense, Green sort of turns his body on the lift before hitting Giddey and floats around him for the left-handed scoop lay. When you really pay attention close, there's always these gaps in the defense that can be exploited, and with Jalen's relentless nature, he can burst into these open spaces and get easy ones in close. If you take a look on this play, Green draws Drummond on the switch, and while using the quick hezzy, Jalen notices Pat Bev is the only backline of defense in his way, so it's an easy blow past Drummond right into this gap past Pat Bev, and it results in an and one. Other times, it'll be fairly wide open as it is here in transition, and just using his speed, Green can split through the defense before they even react, and with the big cone in the middle, it makes for an easy warm-up lay. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, why not a lot of talk about him dunking on people and all the flashy stuff? And hey, don't get me wrong, I love when I see Jalen split a screen and not only get past 2 defenders, but 4 Hornet defenders in total to go slam it home. But hey, it's just something about these times where he shows great court navigation, sneaks in with a quick hezzy to fool the defense, and lays in the bucket with ease that makes me a little bit more higher on his game. Yeah, the flash is nice, and it can get the crowd going too, but you won't be able to do the super athletic plays forever, so learning how to use your handle and footwork to be more deceptive is going to be key to his game going forward. These 2 areas are the brightest in my opinion and make him a very good creator, but we definitely can't forget about his 3-point scoring. I would say he creates shots for himself pretty similar to how he does in the mid-range, but what makes his outside shooting quite different is his ability to be effective off the catch and shoot. When we look at splits of his catch and shoot threes compared to his pull-up threes, Jalen shot it at a 35% rate off the catch and a 32% rate on pull-ups. Now granted, he did take 1 more pull-up opposed to catch and shoot, but regardless, it shows you how versatile Jalen will be as a perimeter shooter. If you need him to create for himself, well, he can go do that. But then if you want to use him as a spot-up threat, you can do that as well. Of course, he still needs to work on some things, and although I did see him improve in the playmaking department, I still want to see some more before I really evaluate that. Hearing that they're shopping him around is honestly ridiculous to me, because trading Jalen Green away would be a huge mistake for the Houston Rockets, as he has the potential to be the face of this franchise for years to come. Green's a special talent with the potential to be one of the best players in his draft class if he just continues to stay focused. He brings a unique set of skills to the Houston Rockets, and trading him away would be going in the wrong direction. As he continues to develop and grow as a player, there's no doubt that he will be an important piece of the Rockets' future success, and I have high hopes for what's to come next. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe before heading over to watch this Anthony Edwards analysis over the playoffs. I thank you all for your support, it means a lot, and I hope you all have a great day.